What is going on, squad? Today we are going to cover all the tricep exercises on the Isochain. And what better place to start than with the standing tricep extension? So this one really seems like it's a easy to set up exercise, and to a certain extent it is. The only issue is that if the arms are not completely correct, then it ends up being like a reverse shoulder press. I'm sure that you guys have seen me do it wrong on the channel when I first started, even though I have a how-to on it, which is actually pretty funny. In the how-to video, we want to bring our hands behind us like this, but in a lot of the standing tricep extension exercise, you'll see me bring out my shoulder like this, right? So it shouldn't be like this, it should be behind, not to the side. Once the position is correct, we can really hammer home on the triceps. It is the easiest to set up tricep exercise on the Isochain. I would say it's one of my favorites, but it isn't, because my favorite one is the number 2 skull crusher. It's my second favorite tricep exercise to perform in the gym, number 1 being dips. Being set up on the bench, if you guys have ever done this exercise, you have your own bench, you set the Isochain up on the bottom. When you go in to perform that tricep skull crusher on the Isochain, tell me you don't feel your elbows. It is totally isolating the triceps and it feels amazing. A little bit uncomfortable at first when you're first doing it. It's just like, oh, I don't know if this is good for my elbow. Trust me, remember what we're doing is we're strengthening up the connective tissues, the joints and the ligaments, all right? Because they usually don't get direct pressure like this. So it's a good thing. We're strengthening them up, okay? So once we are in position, we're going home on it for 6 seconds. Give it about a week. Triceps will be feeling like cinder blocks, all right? This is an amazing exercise. I personally think that this has the most direct transfer to the weight room, this exercise here, more than all the other ones we're going to talk about. Number 3, it is the tricep kickback. I used to love this exercise in the gym. Now I really don't do it that much. I feel like the amount of work that's required to set up, this is really easy to mess up on the chain. So for the amount of work that we're doing, I don't think that the bang for buck is really here for this exercise, but it is nice to have another option for triceps. Those are the 3 exercises that directly target the triceps. Now there's a couple more that indirectly target the tricep, and those are going to be the standing and seated shoulder press. There's no need to waste time talking about both of them separately. One you need a chair with, one you don't. The shoulder press is by nature a compound movement, which means it works multiple muscle groups at the same time, the shoulders and the triceps. So we are still getting tricep benefit by performing our shoulder presses on the chain. The chest press, probably the most unpopular exercise on the Isochain. Almost looks like the shoulder press just really low, but the chest press is another compound exercise. So what are we hitting? We're hitting the shoulders, we're hitting the chest, and we're also hitting the tricep. While it may seem limited with the triceps, it is okay. Luckily, we have the option of switching up the chain length. We can also switch up rest times, time under tension, the style, strength, hypertrophy, endurance. Just because the exercise itself is limited on the chain, it doesn't mean that our growth is limited on the chain. That is just untrue. What are your thoughts? Go ahead and comment down below. I'll see you next video. Peace.